I wanted to put this up now, and I'm having a rough time because I have been had toxic fumes deliberately used on me over and over for the past years, where I live, etc. I wrote a medical malpractice book back in Atlanta, which was about Larry McDonald, U.S. Congressman, uh, urologist, and some deaths that happened at the Piedmont Hospital there. Later, his plane was shot down from. He was en route from Juneau, Alaska, on the KAL to Seoul, South Korea, and it was shot down by a Russian MiG, the passenger plane. It veered into their airspace. Now, I'm just telling that as a part of I was writing about the Center for Disease Control at Emory University there, and one of the beautiful people was Dr. Jonas Robicher, and he died. And that's all I'm going to say about that in 1980. I've already put this up on YouTube's, and I've had someone steal my phone and try to take down everything I had, photos, videos, you name it. And they did a pretty good job, but it's still up there. You can go back and leaf through all the videos and see if I didn't put it up about the AIDS back in then when the AIDS virus started, and then later the Ebola, and now then the Zika. So I'm not going to say anything else about it here. I've already put it all up, and I'm in pain myself. I've been deliberately kept homeless because of writing the book and who I am, quite frankly. I found out in '83 my real name and about being kidnapped, and I've put all that up. Now then, the FBI issued me a letter June the 23rd of 79 when I did the book and was doing the book. National security involved, ongoing investigation. So all these things kept happening and being done. Then I found out my real name, and I found out about my immune disorder. I'm allergic to chemicals, and when I'm force fed toxic fumes, my immune system attacks itself, and it makes life a living hell if it's not stopped. There's no cure. You have to get away from it because you smell it. Okay, I wanted to put this in here too. The an FBI agent I was speaking to, I believe it was in '82, said to me, and he yawned deliberately, pretending to be bored, and he said, "You know what people do with what you're telling them? You bore them. It's only when they find out how it affects them that they care." So over the years, I have begged. I put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube. I put it on uh, the media, the social media, because the Rockefeller controlled media, local, it's all in place, and it's the media is controlled. They knew about my kidnapping before me, but it's my allergic or allergy which makes it sound cute or just a minor thing, and that's not true. Over the years, the inflammation that's caused from it and the fact that there's no cure, you have to get away from it. So it's been used as a weapon to run me, and this is the truth. The law enforcement gets things on people, and everybody has something to hide, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I told about the AIDS. I was writing some things about Emory University and some things about Center for Disease Control. And I was talking about mind control murders. And by the way, in programming also, Larry Flynn of Hustler Magazine, I use him because he did an endorsement. And I usually put that up because everybody knows who Larry Flynn is. He was shot, and the person that shot him in Lawrenceville, Georgia, was programmed to shoot him. And that was mind control used. And Mr. Flint's attorney was killed, and Mr. Flint has been in a wheelchair and a horrible life. So anyway, he flew me out there in October of '83, and I've already put all this up. What I wanted to finish here is I told about the AIDS virus, and I told about the Ebola came later and what they did in South Africa. And now then the Zika virus. And I guess with all my crying out in pain and telling people because the law doesn't work for me, the attorneys, I can't get an attorney, quite frankly, they're afraid of it if they cared here in this country. Uh, so I have nothing other than to try to put it on social media where I have begged and pleaded for the mess to be stopped. And hoping that I'd have some rights myself. So now then, real quick, I just want to say this. Now it's on TV tonight about the accumulation of chemicals and how they affect the body because the people in Florida are afraid of the accumulation there in the spring of the Zika virus and how it affects their families. Isn't it strange that all these years I've told you about all this? I told you about writing the book and part of what was in it, and the AIDS and the Ebola, and now the Zika. And I can't prove it. I can only prove by the timeline and the patterns that when I was doing the book and later it happened. But I will say this that the Tesla files were stolen in 1930, about that time. It's when you can create an illness and cure it. And this is exactly what's been going on. You They can create an illness either through mind control or through methods like lab research and grants that go to it and research and how to create an illness. It's a war machine. And that's all I'm going to say.